the mud.
बांग्लादेश भारत और पाकिस्तान में स्टूडेंट को शाफिर अस्पताल में 15,540 किलो भार कर सकते हैं। तिरंगा सख्त के लिए अफगानिस्तान एयरफोर्स फातमा और नतमर से इजाजत दीजिए। अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिएगा। शब बखैर। अल्लाह।
Netaji was an inspiration and role model not only for Indian nationalism but also for oppressed nationalities of South Asia as well, says Debashish Bagchi, a research scholar on Subhash Chandra Bose. Tunku Abdul
चाहे रोले दर्पण झूठ न बोले दर्पण झूठ न बोले शंकर एहसान वाय के रूप में
Remember when we used to live down in the black and blue, down in the black and blue. Tell me where we're headed today. On this empty street, we're going up with the people, up with the people, up with the people, up with the people.
Finding your favorite radio station on DRM is easy. Search by frequency, station name, or even type of program. DRM, International Radio in the Digital Age.
The BBC and Digital Radio.
What did I say to make you hurt me?
$43.22 British pence, 0.61 of a euro, 82.61 Japanese yen, 1.41 Fiji dollars, 1.69 Samoan tala, 1.42 Tongan panga, 71.56 Vanuatu Vatu, 1.84 Papua New Guinea kina, 5.28 Solomon Island dollars, and 72.34 French Pacific franc. Now for the business headlines. Fiji cane growers say more farmers will leave the industry if the government doesn't step in and help. Part of one of the country's largest industries, cane farmers are facing labour shortages as they enter this year's harvest, with many having to postpone. Each year, around 15,000 labourers are required to help harvest cane. However, the National Farmers Union gangs don't have enough staff. The General Secretary of the Fiji Cane Growers Association, Balandas, says it's thousands of people short and the government needs to do more to help.
If something drastic is not done, especially for harvesting, then I can say that the more farmers will leave the industry. That's what we are saying. If these problems are not really looked at, or these problems are not solved, then in 5 years' time I can tell you that it's going to be very difficult for this industry to survive.
Balandas says the problem would be solved if an independent corporation managed the harvest on a contractual basis. A Nova Reef pipeline project in the Cook Islands, billed to bring cheaper fuel prices, may be set to get the green light from the Rarotonga Environment Authority. The Petrosian company has controversial plans to build a medium-range fuel tanker mooring and pipeline in Ariano, Nepal. The National Environment Service Director, Vaitoti Tupa, says her organisation is seeking legal advice after hearing the project may be set to proceed. Another company, Triad Pacific Petroleum, has sought a judicial review on the assumed approval of the proposal, but the authority has not yet made a final decision. An independent engineers report has raised some major concerns about the project. Under the proposal, a tanker which routinely passes by the Cook Islands to deliver fuel to Tahiti could potentially stop at Rarotonga to deliver fuel for the local market, which promoters say would drop fuel prices. The Pungal-Pungal-based Blue Sky Communications says it's open in New Zealand in of Blue Sky, Oe Adolfo Montenegro, says they'll provide a full mobile service provider in New Zealand. The company is also the main services provider of landline mobile internet services in Samoa and the Cook Islands.
Killing 23 soldiers near the Siberian city of Omsk. 19 servicemen were rescued and some have been flown to Moscow for medical treatment. All of those killed were conscripts, and there are reports the youngest victim was just 18. Investigators are examining whether repairs carried out on the building in 2013 are linked to its collapse. An investigation into possible negligence has been launched. French police are hunting for 3 armed men who stormed a Primark store in a suspected robbery attempt north of Paris. The gunmen fled the scene after special forces evacuated 18 people trapped inside the Quartz shopping centre at Villeneuve-la-Garenne. None of those released 18 people was injured. The area around the shopping centre has been shut down. 2 senior Islamic State leaders have been killed in an airstrike in northeastern Syria. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, Iraqi, Abu Osama al-Iraqi, and a Syrian named Ammar al-Rafdan were killed. Rami Abdurrahman, who runs the observatory, said it wasn't clear whether the airstrike in Hasaka province was carried out by the Syrian army or by a United States-led coalition that's mounting a separate aerial campaign against Islamic State in Syria. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed new defence chiefs after sacking the heads of the Army, Navy and Air Force. The sackings were expected as the president has repeated his inability to defeat Islamist group Boko Haram.
Navegava por entre nuvens e os brilhos pisaios da imensidão. Tinha o meu amor a cor dos sonhos, eu cientista, a mais bela fada de qualquer país. E no brilho do seu olhar, vi o dom de toda a certeza do amor. Eu queria mesmo te falar destas coisas de pomar, nesses dias tão iguais. Nos portais dos livros na varanda, os poemas encantados que eu lia pra você. Dos mais simples instantes, estradas, ruas de chão. Com você, nesses versos que te escrevo. Eu queria mesmo te falar destas coisas de pomar, desses dias tão iguais. Nos portais dos livros na varanda, nos poemas.
Review has been on the anvil for a long time. It was a part of our Judicial Commission bill, which did not go through. And the BJP is only carrying forward what we had done. And at that time, I must say, as the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, BJP had indicated that they were on board for this, that they were supporting it.
This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been instructed where to tune in your area.
In fact, we later found out that 20 seconds of music are just fine for listening tests. Originally, that was a limitation because of the size of the hard disk we had available. Anyway, to process such a 20-second item of music, including some measurement check, what had happened to it, took a full 4 hours. So in the early days, we didn't have much music to test just because we didn't have the computing time.